Okay, on the play against Iron Tusk, this is a great hand. Hopefully getting an island into a brushland. Yeah. Sylvan Library into Parallax Tide, all of which will be discounted to some extent, hopefully, if Sunscape Familiar sticks around. Okay, yeah. The rest probably taking Tide. Sylvan Library generally helpful against these discard decks. I can hide what I want on top so that it can't get discarded, or I can just replenish my hand after it gets discarded. After it gets thinned by discard effects. Okay. That's nice. So I can cast a wall, Mox Diamond, and then a library all this turn. I'll get an island. It's definitely the land I utilize the most. Gemstone Mine, I'll discard that one because that one tends to die anyways. Yeah, I've never played Iron Tusk before. Got another Parallax Tide, that's nice. Now we just need an enabler. Blastoderm, always nice. I kind of want all of these. Black-white, are they... Black-white control, definitely an issue for me. Yeah, I want all of these. Could be Dead Guy Ale, but usually they have small creatures that they play by turn two. Not necessarily, especially if they have like a double black, that Nantuko shade thing. Yeah. But if they're tight on lands, maybe I just want to tide them right now, although I could see Disenchant coming out. So let's get the beats going before Wrath of God comes online. Yeah. I'm curious to be trying out Blastoderm. It's new. It can only deal 15 damage by itself, unless I stifle the last fading counter, or one of the fading counter removals. But yeah, I'm curious to try it out. It gets around the Parallax Wave Opalescence thing, which is going around a lot lately, both in White-Green Enchantress and in Replenish. So yeah, they kind of have to have a Wrath of God to deal with it. Okay, so they are White-Black Control. Tries to build up advantage with Eternal Dragon, Sweepers, it's got Vindicate and Swords. Parallax Tide combo is great against it. I'll be honest, the Angel is Exalted Angel is also an amazing card against me, but I can deal with all of their lands right now, and they're gonna have a hard time doing anything. Yeah, land destruction is amazing against them. I could actually even just take out the white sources, because black isn't really gonna bother me, and that way the Parallax Tide can stick around longer. Monolith is very nice, especially since I need 3 blue right now. I've got Diamond Island and then Strand. Yeah, I actually like all these cards, but I don't need them. I just need Tide with Monoleague. Kind of need a Meddling Mage to keep swinging. It would trade with that. Put that back. Put this back as well. Shuffle. I'm gonna swing before showing them the Tide. I do need one more threat because I will not be able to deal 20 damage with the Blastoderm. So yeah, not too worried about their black stuff, unless I'm worried about a duress coming down. Duress would be annoying, but I'll live with it. What I'm afraid of is like a duress into a disenchant. Could be happening right now. Another morph creature? That's fine. I think we can just beat that in combat, and I'm not going to let that turn in. I'm not going to let it flip to an Exalted Angel. Never had so many fading things in play. Swords is nice. Blastoderm is also nice. Woo! I want all these again. Swords is actually the least important. I need to resolve Blastoderm, holding up Monolith on top. Yeah. Computer's kind of tweaking. Okay, here we go. Swing again. I do want to find a Stifle for this tide. Also, the wall is amazing at blocking morph creatures, face down creatures. So many 2/2s in Premodern. Yeah, that's annoying. They get to keep getting lanes. That, but whatever. Is what it is. I'm crashing in with a lethal swing here. I mean, I could take some damage just to dig deeper. I'm not getting attacked anytime soon. I'm gonna swing both. They're probably gonna chump block one. Swords their own. Okay. Swords their other. So this Blastoderm is gonna have to do it by itself. Go coast to coast. And I gotta counter this. Because I need this Blastoderm to make it. It would suck. But probably should have done it a while back. There could be a Wrath coming. Get that out there in case, oh yeah, it only costs one. Yeah. Put out the second Sylvan Library in case they disenchant one of them. What I'm afraid of is Wrath, of course. But I'm hoping I have just bothered their planes just enough here. Skeletal Scrying. Just drawing one. Surprised they didn't draw another. I don't know what they're looking for. Tapped out of Wrath of God now. Oh, they want to gain life. Oh, they targeted themselves. What a crazy play to gain life. Wow. So they're going to be at one with nothing in hand. They're going to be on live. I'm just saying props. That was cool. Hey, nope. So I haven't accumulated knowledge to just dig one deeper. Oh, so they put dragon into their hand. And they're going to be able to cast that next turn if they get a land. It seems like they didn't get a land there. I do have Mono Leak for their dragon. That's helpful. Got a creature, and then play it and name swords. Vindicate would also get me. Maybe I even name Vindicate, because I'd rather get swords than go up to 5 life, so that it turns on library, sort of. I think they run 4 Vindicates. I know I run swords. I might just be naming Vindicate here. I don't need to name Dragon or Wrath, because I have them both covered with Mono Leak. Don't have Wrath covered anymore with Mono Leak. Surprised they didn't cast the dragon. What do they have? They just have swords. Got a fetch land to shuffle some things away. Shuffle away those 2 Mox Diamonds. It'll mean that I won't be able to use Sylvan Library for card advantage anymore, but okay. It's just honestly more important. Oh, definitely not out of the woods here. They're gonna have a swarm of 1/1s. Might just be... Oh yeah, they have to double block. Presumably they will. Definitely not out of the woods. Thought I had this game in the bag. Play another wall so I can hold off damage, and hopefully the Sylvan Library gets me another threat. This deck has always had a little bit of an issue of being threat light, but yeah, there's 3 Phantatogs, 3 more Meddling Mage, and a Blastoderm. Can't counter that. I mean, when that thing flips, I am toast. There's a threat, but I need a swords now. Yeah, his amazing play is keeping him... He's going to win because of it. GG. Brutal. Thought I had that. My goodness. This is not a very well-refined sideboard right now. Squeeze is kind of for them. So I'm off of sorceries entirely, both in the main and the side. And Squeeze, kind of nice. This is a control matchup. I don't need the speed of Mox Diamond. But yeah, Squeeze shutting out, or heavily taxing, contributing to the sort of tax plan of Vindicate and Wrath. It's really nice. Yeah, it was a bummer to see both libraries and all 3 Mox Diamonds that game. Yeah. Cut a land if there's anything else I wanted. Activated ability, the cycling thing. This is narrow, but I mean, I gotta test this eventually. Yeah, I'll bring in bind over a land that dies, land that kills itself. Taking out a land against control, not sure that's the right move. It's just that 23 lands is too many when I'm not playing Mox Diamonds. Took them out. There's not really anything I can stifle on turn one, unfortunately, from them. Like a swords from them. I don't even know if I want to play into it. Usually I just play into it and just work through the swords, but make them use their mana on later turns weirdly. Like here, they probably have to choose if they're going to want to swords my wall coming in or if they want to cycle the dragon. Just sort of starts to make things a little weird for them. Normally, I'm not on that level, but yeah. Also, I don't mind taking a couple extra damage from my lands now. I suppose that was completely unnecessary. Could have done it differently. Start getting the green sources flowing, so that next turn, if I get another green source, I can just cast Blastoderm. So yeah, if they do have a sword, they don't want to waste it on this. Vindicate the Forest. Okay. Yeah, they're afraid of Blastoderm. I don't blame them. I think I name Wrath, because I still have my swords that I want to have. I did side in and envelop, which is great against them, also because they have a ton of heavy hitting sorceries. But yeah, this way I don't get 2 for 1. I have 3 ways to enable the Parallax Tide, if I can find it. Dog, ready to rumble. But monolith protection right now. Yeah, so this is something I could stifle. They're going to make 2 1/1s, and then they're going to block Meddling Mage, and then Wrath will be turned on. So you think stifle this. Enough enablers already for the Tide combo, so Stifle is expendable. So they drew a card, and I lost a card, so it's still a 2 for 1 in their favor, but at least Meddling Mage gets to stay alive, and hopefully Wrath of God is still stuck in their hand. Yeah, they're going after my green again. Alright. They didn't kill Meddling Mage, though. They seem to be unfazed by Mage on Wrath. There definitely might be better targets for Monolith going forward, but I feel like I need to keep up the pressure. Accumulated knowledge being 1 blue to draw 2 is going to be sweet here. Let's just do it now, in case there's something I want to discard to Phantatog. Not really. And I'm going to hold on to the Sunscape again because Swords into Wrath still gets me pretty bad here. Their spells are just so much more impactful than mine at this point. For example, 5/5 Dragon. Yeah. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna tide them off of white. This will be a 2/3, and then I can discard 3 things to make it large enough to swing. Am I winning the race? Probably not. Nah, I actually would be winning the race. Okay. Okay, got a hold priority here. Okay, holding priority, gonna exile their 5 white sources. And then sack Tide, and then let this all resolve. And swing with a 2/3. It is possible that that's where I wanted to discard 3 cards because they didn't have a swords. Yeah, Grayson. And they might have a swords on a later turn. So I might pump my Phantatog and then have it be swords, which would be brutal. But they do have a white source. Okay. Huh. Okay. I'll discard a wall and a ray. There's a chance this Blastoderm will still have an impact, but that does change. Ooh, that's good. So now I can cast Blastoderm, and Wrath won't take it out. Tight game. Can't. I mean, I guess a decree. They could decree for one if they have a land and a decree in hand, and then they'd have to hold back Eternal Dragon. Okay. Got game two. Any changes? Maybe bringing back in this land. That was kind of crazy to take that out. Everything is doing work. Bind, kind of a dead card. I still think I'm going to hit a cycling. And there's going to be an instance where I hit a cycler. Maybe Sunscape doesn't do enough. Yeah. It enables faster kind of surprise turns, but against control, it just doesn't do enough. Blocks 1/1s and more creatures for days, but not impactful enough. One land, got a mulligan. Yeah. Keep go. Source for the library. Wall and Stifle? Eesh. Yeah, they didn't mulligan, I mulligan. Okay. And then I got nailed by that. No plays here. Let's just put out the Phantatog, even though it's just gonna get clobbered. Need a green source. I don't remember how many City of Brass and Gemstone and Trevas. I think 6. And then 10 with the Painlands, Forest Fetches. Yeah, I've got, I believe, 13 lands that can get me a green source. Or that are a green source. Yup. They took swords, which makes me think I'm about to see a morphed angel. Apparently not. Sylvan Library. Love that. Disenchant would be brutal, but it is what it is. Instant speed stuff. Decree won't be able to make a 1/1. I'm low on time, jeez. Yeah, disenchant. I could have sacked it to Phantatog, but that's pointless. F6. I shouldn't be F6, because if I get Gerard's Verdict, I want to discard the Phantatog. The land to Phantatog. Ooh, man. They just go up 4 cards. I need Parallax Tide right here. Wrath of God. There's no way I'm working through their draw 4 Skeletal Scrying. That first game was painful enough to win. I won't be able to bind the morph ability of this angel, of this morph creature, because that's a special action under the game rules. It's not an activated ability to turn a face-down creature face-up. It's a special action, so not counterable. Can't interact with it, doesn't use the stack. It's like playing a land. Doesn't interact with Parallax Tide either. That's not why it's in here. Because Parallax Tide is a leaving the battlefield thing. I might stifle or like bind my own fetch land here. Just to draw a card in the end step. If I don't get a target soon. I really should have won that first game. A little bit felt robbed by the deck. Yeah, no point in drawing something if I'm about to discard it. Ay, ay, ay. Flooded here. Lastoderm will be far from enough to get me back in this. I am playing one intuition. I only have one in paper, so I'm kind of just playing one in this list right now that I'm testing out. But I could get another intuition, and then wonder is kind of turned on a little bit. Yeah, I'm just dead here. Let's see. Good games.